Article writing, it means when you are articulating your ideas. That means when you are taking up an issue, a social issue, a common issue, a political issue, the issues can be different. आप कैसा ले रहे हो वो आपके ऊपर है कि आप किस तरीके का इशू आपके पेपर में आया है. So you are taking up that issue, you are trying to analyze the facts and figures. आप उसके जो फैक्ट्स एंड फिगर्स हैं उनको एनालाइज कर रहे हो कि भाई ये अगर हुआ है तो क्यों हुआ है. And then you are also, because it is an issue, so definitely it might be a bit problem. So you are also trying to find out the solution. And article वही होता है जिसको हमने editorial letter में लिखा था. It is printed as an article and published in the newspaper. So that means you have to find out what is the cause, what is the consequence, and then you have to give an appropriate conclusion. Right? I'm just sharing the screen with you so that you are able to see what is the exact format. As I told that this particular question will be of 5 marks, and definitely you are going to have a choice, but article and report writing में choice होता है. The choice will be between article writing and report writing. And the division of marks is this will be the division of marks. That is, the content will consist of 2 marks, coherency, idea को कैसे लिखना है, format and vocabulary each of 1 mark, यानी कि total of 5 marks. We have 2 kinds of article writings. One is which we write for the magazines. आपके स्कूल के लिए you are writing some article. You are writing an article for any magazine. And second one is which you write for the newspapers. So that is, these are the 2 kinds. मतलब आपके क्वेश्चन में लिखा हुआ आ सकता है, write an article for your school magazine, write an article for the newspaper. In the newspaper, what we do is, बाकी सब कुछ सेम रहता है, जो लिखने का फॉर्मेट होता है, the title or the heading is given here. Normally it is given in your question paper itself. Question paper में दिया होता है, you don't need to frame the title. Then the person who is writing this article, byline मतलब who is writing by, उसका नाम. This will come together. This is the format. इन द मैगजीन आप जो हो बाय लाइन को यहां पर भी लिख सकते हो या फिर खत्म होने के बाद एट द एंड भी लिख सकते हो. दैट इज ओनली, मतलब उसमें आपको प्रिविलेज है. इन द मैगजीन यू कैन राइट द टाइटल, देन इफ यू विश यू कैन राइट बाय लाइन और यू कैन राइट एट द एंड. लेकिन बाय लाइन लिखना जरूरी है. दिस इज एन इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट. कौन लिख रहा है, दैट इज इंपॉर्टेंट. इफ द नेम इज नॉट गिवन, usually we use XYZ or we can use any fictitious name. अपना नाम नहीं लिखना, you can use any fictitious name. And if it is written by, say it is written by Aditya, head boy, तो आपको वो पूरा लिखना है. If it is written in the magazine that you are the school head boy या फिर editor, तो then what will happen is you have to write title and then by जो भी नाम है वो और जो भी designation होगा वो भी. That is the only difference. In only the thing is ये वाला जो byline है ये आप content के बाद यहाँ पर भी लिख सकते. But in newspaper it will be always going on the top. We divide दोनों को, मतलब either it is your newspaper or it is your magazine, we will be having a good number of 3 to 4 paras. ये मैं आज कह रही हूँ, but most of the time I find that students don't use 3 to 4 para. Now it is you to decide whether you want the marks or not. 3 to 4 para आपको decide करना पड़ेगा. The overall is around 120 to 150 words. So you can divide it into 50, मतलब कि 50 into 3, roughly 50 into 3, या फिर 40 into 4, you can divide it. Plus 10 or minus 10 words doesn't have any effect. आपको गिनने की जरूरत नहीं कि 1 2 3 4 5 6 मेरे को 150 वर्ड्स लिखने थे. प्लस 10 और माइनस 10 इज ओके, बट इट इज 150 और आप 250 लिखोगे तो डेफिनेटली यू कैन एक्सपेक्ट दैट आपके मार्क्स डिडक्ट हो जाएंगे. वी डोंट कॉल इट एज नेगेटिव मार्किंग, बट यस देयर इज अ डिडक्शन ऑफ मार्क्स. अगर यू हैव टू गेट कंटेंट में आपको 2 on 2 मिलना है तो आपके आधे मार्क्स कट जाएंगे बिकॉज यू हैव रिटन टू लॉन्ग. So it should not be too long and it should not be too short also. Both of the things have to be seen. मतलब 150 words का है and it always happens. The student will write one paragraph and give yellow ma'am हो गया article writing. What is that? I am asking an article. I am not asking you to write a paragraph of 4th standard. आर्टिकल राइटिंग का मतलब ही है कि आप लोगों को 4 मतलब कि 3 to 4 पैराग्राफ में उसको डिवाइड करना है. You all have to keep it in your mind. Now, the same format which we had already discussed for the editorial will be going. The first paragraph will comprise of your intro to the topic. The introduction can be any example. It can be any quotation. It can be a general statement. आप कैसे भी इंट्रोड्यूस कर सकते. The second and third para will be जो भी आपका पैराग्राफ है, आर्टिकल है, उसके एडवांटेज या डिसएडवांटेज और कॉज एंड इफेक्ट with examples, data, quotes आपको बताना है. Quotes are not necessary, but that would definitely fetch you extra marks. But examples and data are important. Fourth paragraph और third paragraph अगर आप 3 में लिख रहे हो तो second paragraph will be this one and third paragraph will be your conclusion with some solution and if you are good to end it with a quote. If you are good, it is not necessary, लेकिन अगर आप अच्छा मतलब if you are, जैसे हम कहते हैं, so to conclude we can say precaution is the best medicine, ऐसे करके if possible. So this is how an article writing is written. Now this question says, use of computers by students especially in the elite schools has become a deterrent for good handwriting. But according to those who advocate the cause, this era is the changing phase in the history of mankind. However, you are from the old school and feel that computers is a computer is a compromise with creativity. Using computers is a compromise with creativity. As Yaksh or Yakshaya write an article for Hindustan Times expressing your views on the same. Now, I know that question is very clear to all of you. Means बहुत सारे schools में क्या है कि you don't need to write down the answers. They are saying that you just type down the answers and send it by PDF. मतलब अब ज़रूरत नहीं है कि आप लिख कर दो. There are schools. In fact, there are schools where the students are provided with the tabs and they have to use only that. एंड जो लोग इस चीज को पॉजिटिवली मानते हैं उनका मानना है कि वी आर शिफ्टिंग, हमारा जो परसेप्शन है वो शिफ्ट हो रहा है फ्रॉम राइटिंग टू कंप्यूटर, सो इट इज गुड. लेकिन हाउ एवर यू आर फ्रॉम द ओल्ड स्कूल का मतलब है यू आर बिट कंजर्वेटिव, आप थोड़ा कंजर्वेटिव सोचते हो, तो आपको लगता है कि कंप्यूटर्स का मतलब है देयर इज कॉम्प्रोमाइज विद द क्रिएटिविटी. तो यस, because it is very obvious whenever why I am not giving any homework to any child. The simple answer is whenever I am giving, I directly get an answer that is from the any say guide which is available on the computer, and students just go copy and paste और मुझे दे देते. और उनको I don't know, but the main problem is that students don't understand that a teacher is very intelligent. And the teacher knows that this work is not done by you, but it is done by the computers. But as a teacher, if you have given me something, so I have to check it. That is one portion. But actual में क्या है कि I know what is the level of a child. मुझे यहाँ पर अगर मेरे पास if I am having 100 students, I know 100 students का level क्या है. How can you use such a difficult word जिसका meaning आप लोगों को वैसे नहीं आता है? But the thing is that students don't understand that. And that is where use of computers becomes a what you call as deteriorating factors, because it actually closes down your thinking power. तो यहाँ पर आपको जो है नेगेटिव लिखना है. You have to write how the use of computers in the day-to-day life by the students is reducing their creativity, their thinking power. No doubt some of the things are very good on computers, but on the other hand it is actually a deteriorating factors, because we are now, जब हम लोग छोटे होते थे तो we used to think. अब क्या होता है, if a teacher is answering, बच्चा जो है यहाँ से जो है कंप्यूटर यहाँ से वो निकाल रहा है, यहाँ से आंसर दे रहा है, yes ma'am I know the answer, बताओ आंसर आता है. No doubt we have to use computers in every field. When we become an engineer, doctor, teacher, everywhere we have to use. But when it comes to the copy and paste, when it comes to the handwriting, when it comes to something which should be presented by our own self, those things are now reducing. तो आपको ये लिखना है इसमें, right? So we are starting. Hope
मैम
The article's heading is not given. It is just written, write an article for the newspaper expressing your. So we have just invented this. You can invent on your own. I have written deteriorating factors. Then first of all, I have introduced that the world is a global village and this is because of technology and especially computers. Then I've added certain vocabulary like added to the curry is the spice of internet, which allows one to explore the entire world virtually. यानी कि हम सब कुछ अब we don't need to go to Paris today. Just put on the YouTube and virtual आप एक tour डाल दो or you can just tour around. Use of computers is now not a new practice because we also used it long back. Now it is more than 40-50 years we have been using. But gradually the computers are replacing the art of handwriting. Mankind has always witnessed transition. Change हमेशा रहा है. अगर आप में से definitely we did not have that chapter. पहले आर्ट आपका राइटिंग था, फिर राइटिंग से आपका प्रिंटिंग हुआ. वंस अगेन वी आर नाउ. तो येट दिस ट्रांजिशन ऑल्सो हैज सम डेट्रीमेंटल मतलब थोड़े नेगेटिव फैक्टर्स. लाइक इन मेनी ऑफ द, क्योंकि इस बुक इसमें दिया हुआ है, इन द क्वेश्चन इट इज मेंशन, सो वी हैव टू यूज दैट एग्जाम्पल और एनीथिंग विच इज मेंशन इन द क्वेश्चन. That in many elite schools, use of computerized work has replaced the traditional practice of self work. Students who are still naive मतलब innocent है, उन्हें नहीं पता है कि इसका फायदा या नुकसान क्या होगा, उनके लिए तो आज हमारा काम हो रहा है. They don't understand that actually when after 10 years you need to think, you will not be able to think क्योंकि अभी तो आप copy paste कर रहे हो. They are oblivious मतलब completely unaware of the fact that it is slowly killing their thought process. Using the technique of copy paste is nothing but elude मतलब बचना. The actual learning or thinking out of the box is dead. ये मैंने उसके जो cause and effect है वो लिख दिया है. Now the third is you have to give the conclusion. So as it is said that every coin has two faces, similarly technology has its own merits and demerits. AI and data science is giving new dimensions, yet it also is providing easy cheating. In the early years of life, यहाँ मैंने AI and data science को एक लिया है, that is why I have used is not are. In the early years of life, students must be encouraged to open their ideas without any external use. Thus, we must remember creativity is, ये मैंने लास्ट में कोट से इसको एंड किया है. Creativity is inventing, experimenting, making mistakes and learning. Let the students not forget this and use the technology when needed. So, this is how the article has been ended. So we divided into 3 or 4 paragraphs. In this, I have divided it in only into 3. I have used certain words like elude हो गया, thought process हो गया, detrimental हो गया. I have used certain words so that you are able to use it whenever you have to use somewhere in article, report writing, letter writing. You can use these simple vocabs.